So today we're going to be making an underwater house, and first I'm just going to go to a random lab just to go over just a few things that'll help. Don't look that way. That'll help with just the decoration and such. It's not necessary, but it really does help. So first thing you're going to want to do is Control-Shift-C, that's your cheat bar, so then you say bb.moveobjects on. Okay, and for money you type in, I like typing in motherload, because it gives me the sense of accomplishment when I see it. I mean, as much as a cheat can, and then just Control-Shift-C again to remove the bar. So I'm just going to place a rock and explain what I'm trying to say with the rock. So the first thing is that right click turns it all around, obviously. And well, I mean, not obviously, I had to figure that out. And then because we have move objects on, we can press the brackets. Left bracket makes it smaller, right bracket makes it bigger. So if you're going to be placing rocks in your pond, for example, to make it look more natural, it's just, oh well, it's going to help break the monotony of having 5 different rocks constantly. So just like being able to resize them, you know, new possibilities. So the next thing I'm going to show you is how to move objects up and down. So by pressing 9, we are lifting this object up, and pressing 0, it's going down again. So there you have it. That's about it. It's pretty simple. But just those few steps really help make a difference. Yeah. Anyways, so the very first thing you're going to want to do is to build a pool, obviously. And then you're just going to build the entrance. I added 2 little things just to help myself. I removed the ceiling. If you slow the clip down, you can see how to do it. I made it a little bit too fast. Then you just add some stairs. I do explain how to remove the ceiling later, so it's not a big problem. Essentially now you just want to think of which rooms you want to build, how you want to, you know, build your house. I decided to go for a design that kind of had a little bit of an atrium in the middle. I feel that, you know, an underwater house, you kind of want as many windows as possible, and doing a little thing in the middle allows even more, you know, pretty cool. As you can see, you can just drag and lengthen areas, and yeah, I just kind of went along with it, tried to figure it out as I went. I didn't really have much of a plan, just the atrium. That was the big plan. The rest kind of just I went along with it. So then obviously as many windows as you can, I just placed them everywhere. So next up, we are making skylights. So you're building a room, and then you're selecting the room, remove ceiling, remove ceiling. So to add the skylights, you build a little ceiling, or not a ceiling, a roof, and then you just select the skylight tile. Yes, that's the one. I tried seeing which one I preferred, and then I thought a little bit of a trim would make it pop. Yeah. So next I'm adding some rocks around the entrance just to give it a bit of a more natural feel. As you can see, I am making use of the methods I explained earlier. Right click to turn, and left bracket to make smaller, right bracket to enlarge. And they're a little bit out of focus, but I think it still looks cool. So I'm not too bothered by it personally. Yeah, so I was just playing around, seeing what I like best. I added the rocks all around just to give it a natural feel. And then I also added some plants, and they don't really have underwater plants that I know of, so I just used the usual ones that I thought might look like underwater plants. I don't know, I just kind of went with it. Trying to see whichever looks fine, you know. And I thought this looked okay. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it looks amazing. Who knows? Not me. And then I'm just pressing 9 again to lift the objects up so they can be on top of the rocks and peek over. And of course my move objects on is on. So next I'm just gonna do a little bit of a garden on top because I don't want it to be, you know, boring and bare. And I added a bunch of massive trees because that's what I like. That's my dream for the future. And added some shrubbery. My sim really liked this shrubbery. Oh, it sounds really weird to say, but it increased the mood a lot. I don't know. I didn't really think I was gonna play. I thought I was just gonna build this, but as soon as I built the house, I was like, oh no, I need to play in this. This is too cool, man. This looks like so much fun. Like it was, yeah. So I'm just adding like a bunch of little plants, whichever I thought felt nice. Yeah, so I continue to do so all over and around, and then here I'm just adding a little bit of dirt underneath the patches of flowers, also to make it seem a little bit more natural, just the tiniest bits. So now we're on to decorating. You'll probably see that my walls aren't painted. I do that at the very end and I forgot to record it. But they're just white, as you'll see. It's pretty boring. To get the paint all around, I just pressed shift and it like covers all the walls. You just need to double check to make sure it truly did cover all the walls. Good job. For the decor, I kind of went for kind of like an old vibe, but at the same time like modern, if that makes sense. I don't know, it probably doesn't look great. For me personally, I like it. But you know, not everything is everyone's cup of tea. I thought that, you know, a house like this would probably have wooden floors because that's very practical around water, especially on this scale. Definitely. So for the hallway, I added this rug and it wasn't long enough. Couldn't find a long enough one. Also didn't spend a lot of time looking, so there might be a longer one. I decided to put 2 rugs next to one another, scaled up a little bit, and I just overlaid them until they looked a little bit more natural. So next I'm going to do the spare bedroom. Could not think of the word for the life of me, but it is in fact the spare bedroom. So I made the toilets apart. I don't know why, I felt like it. And later I decided that, you know, open plan concept for a bathroom probably isn't something a sim would be a fan of. Get upsetty spaghetti and not something worth being a problem. So just close it, add it all. Here I'm just using, holding in the Alt key and I'm squishing my objects a little bit into the corners and into one another. Give it a bit more of a natural feel. I decided to go for a diagonal wall to block off the master bedroom. I feel like sometimes in The Sims, either the bathrooms are way too big or way too small. And this one actually worked out pretty well. It didn't, for me personally, it feels fine. The other bathroom feels way too small, but also probably wouldn't be a problem in real life. Just an issue. I think it's mostly an issue because I added a mirror and then you can't see past it. I ended up changing that carpet. I liked it, but I preferred it in a different place and I didn't want to reuse it twice. So next up is the kitchen. I already added the counters with a little island in the middle because, you know, rich people have islands, and this is obviously a house for a rich person because it's pretty extra. Adding a stove. I didn't go for the most expensive one. I don't think I did because I didn't like the color scheme, but I completely forgot that you can check if there is a different color for the oven specifically. But oh well. I'm constantly doing it for everything. Why did I forget that I can do it for that? Adding a microwave, and then I realized that this fridge will work better. And Obviously need a fire alarm, because some set things on fire. I had so much trouble with this. Like, even with move objects on, like the only reason I got it was because of like shifting it upwards, and then I pretty much completely obscured it with the, is it a vent? I think it's a vent, yes. And then, you know, always just like adding little tidbits and doodads, basic clutter. I always feel that it just makes the houses seem more realistic, more lived in, a bit more of a homely feel, not, you know, IKEA-ish. Yeah. So next up I'm doing the living room. I generated a random scene and they ended up being sort of musically inclined, so I decided to add that into the build by adding a few musical things. I didn't want to mount the television on the glass because I felt that, you know, even if it's a game, that's so impractical. Oh, so no, I didn't do it. Tried to find, yeah. I always have trouble setting up the living room. I don't know why. I don't know if that's just me, but all the other ones kind of have a pretty basic layout that you can follow, but there's too much freedom involved with living rooms, you know, especially one of this size. This is quite a large one, but also at the same time, when you start placing all the things and you're like, oh, I want to add this and I want to add this, then it starts becoming too small. And I always need to remind myself to stop adding things. You don't need all that. And but yeah. Person living in a house like this would have a grand piano, even if they were not even musically inclined. Wow, that was a rough sentence. As you can see, I'm constantly playing around trying to see where I like it best, but ultimately I found this bar and I was like, oh yeah, I need the big bar, delete the small one, give me as big as you get. And it didn't work there, so I'm actually quite happy with the bar being there and the piano in that corner. I feel like it looks better. Added a few more instruments because, you know, musicals and whatever. You'll notice that this house doesn't have too many paintings. That's usually how I get my decoration up. So I added a lot of just random cluttery items. Yeah, and here the build is a little bit more processed, and I added some lighting. For the most part, I added just like very basic, like small lights. Oh, that's outside. Okay. But I felt like the chandeliers worked well. I really like how the skylights look. I think it really makes a difference. So here's the build from the top. You can see the pool and everything, the little atrium. Here's the kitchen from the top, the spare bedroom. I think it's good that it's like kind of separated from the rest. The study and the living room and the master bedroom. Yeah. So just gonna go do a quick run through of the house, like in the finished state and after playing for like a few minutes. Cause you know, you gotta, you just have to. So I'm just gonna start upstairs, and if you go to press tab, you can swivel the camera. Wow, sorry, that was intense. Just gonna right click, and that controls, oh, okay. So currently my skylights are not working with me. They have disappeared, but you get the gist of what's going on the top level. Kind of looks like a pool with grass in it. I didn't do too much effort in trying to make the entire pool look like a pond. Mostly because I'm lazy, but mostly, well, not mostly, also because I didn't feel like it. And like aesthetically I didn't feel like it. Okay, so if this will one day, So just to lift up, that's what the front door looks like. Just little lights, plants, tidbits and things, you know, the usual. So you get the lovely, I'm gonna lower the walls, they're frustrating me. Just the little atrium area, indoor pool, not indoor pool. Well, I mean, no, it's not indoor. Okay, it's not an indoor pool. So this is the first bedroom. And you can't see through because there's a mirror and a small bathroom. And I like to keep my the second bathroom separate. I don't know, personal preference. Not the second bathroom, just the toilet. Okay, anyways, so as you can see, this room has changed a little. I extended the one wall and I just added a chess piece. I didn't have room for it and I didn't want to delete anything that I had. So I just made my house bigger when in doubt, you know, because you know, adding to an underwater house is the easiest thing on earth. Anyways, that's a study. Here's the living room. I go to tab. Oh no. My Sims have obviously made themselves at home. No. Why am I struggling so much today? Okay, so the little bar area, the piano, my Sims have moved the guitars and things. It's fine, they can do that, you know, it's their house. It's not like I built it. It's fine. So it's fine. So this is the overall view. I love this view. I think this looks so cool. Personally, but I mean, I'm incredibly biased, of course, because I built this. But just like the kitchen and all that, I realized too late that these chairs are actually outdoor chairs, as you can see from those seats. But I like the way the back looks. So, you know, we're just gonna ignore that. And this, oh, love. Again, incredibly biased. But I really like this hallway, and I love the way the carpet turned out. I think it's pretty cool. I had a little tidbits and doodads. You can see it. You can see the little fire alarm. But yeah, got some spices, cookies, yogurt apparently, and yeah. So onto those are lots of walls. No, okay. Here you have the master bedroom. As you can see, there are no curtains because, you know, I actually just intended one Sim to live here and I didn't think that curtains were necessary. But another Sim moved in, you know, in the little bit that I've been playing. Also, amazing Sims logic that you can have some towels, like a towel rail attached to a glass window. Perfect, beautiful, no problems here, very logical. And who has wooden floors and a carpet in a bathroom? I don't know, it's aesthetic. It's not real world. Oh, a little thing. What's that? Oh, I can't think of the word. It's a thing. But yeah, so yeah, that's the master bedroom, and that's about it. Oh, so that's the wrong way, mouse. That's the house. There you have it. That's an underwater house in just a few somewhat easy steps. It does take some time. It took me a lot longer to build than it should have. I think in total I spent about 250,000 simoleons, around about there. Probably less. It's a rough estimate. And I can't see now because my Sims have been spending and earning money. But yeah, it took me about 3 hours. Yeah, it should not take you 3 hours though. That's just because I struggle with everything. But yeah, in essence, this is the build. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day further. Oh, here's the skylights. Oh wow, definitely with the weights. Anyways, thank you for watching, and enjoy your day. Bye.